Manchester United against Arsenal, Monday night football. Nice way to end the weekend. What do you think happens in this one? Give us a Craig Burley preview.
It's a lovely way to end the weekend. Well, it's not ending the weekend. It's the start of a new week, isn't it?
Don't go there.
Monday's the start of a new week. Great way to start the new week.
There you go.
It's like, but I have to say, it's a bit like, at the moment, it's like two 50-year-old boxers making a comeback.
Oh, like Nigel Benn.
Yeah, it's like George Foreman coming back and fighting somebody.
It's not that bad, is it?
Well, it is in a way because
it'll be more entertaining.
I'm not saying it's going to be a bad game. It's probably going to be a good open game for those very reasons. This was for years when Wenger was at his pomp and Ferguson was there and doing what he was doing. As we well know, this was the fixture for a long time, with some great games at Highbury as it was then, and Old Trafford. We had the Pizzagate, we had Martin Keown and Ruud van Nistelrooy, those incidents.
And the FA Cup, remember the Giggs run at Villa Park?
I mean, it is, but we're kind of, they're both trying to get back there, but they both seem to be so far away from those halcyon days. But what we have is a United side, Mark, that are lacking quality, that are now lacking players because of injury as well. They have a manager, I think, that's lucky to be in that job. They've got a fan base who don't know what to think and are getting super frustrated. Their main player in Pogba wants to leave. There's no doubt about that.
And he's hurt as well.
You've got the number one goalkeeper in the world, who's now not the number one goalkeeper in the world because of his form, and they've got a lot of youngsters coming in, and some of them are decent, but they just lack a bit of direction and a bit of mental strength. And then you've got Arsenal, who, could score goals for fun and are multi-talented going forward, but they still got a shoddy defence and didn't address it. Now, we saw Kieran Tierney, their big signing from Celtic, get some game time in midweek, but it's probably going to be too early for him. I think the one thing from United's point of view is if Arsenal do have a really bad day at the back, are they able to capitalise on that? But on the other side of the coin, can United withhold the pressure from maybe Ozil will play, Pepe will play, Aubameyang will play. They've got some good youngsters, Arsenal. So I think Arsenal going forward are a better side, and for that reason, I could see Arsenal, who are not great away from home, or haven't been recently, going to Old Trafford and piling more pressure onto Solskjaer and Ed Woodward.
And would that set the alarm bells ringing at Old Trafford if that was to happen?
Well, not by the rhetoric this week, because the rhetoric this week, when they're announcing all the revenue that they've been announcing at Man United, and we know, and that's the frustrating thing, that they can make so much money, but they've made so many bad decisions. But with him saying, we've got a plan, this is Ed Woodward, and Ole's the man to implement that plan, and it's younger players, and it's 3 years, and when you're saying things like that, if Arsenal go there and beat them by 2 or 3 goals, you then can't come out and fire a manager. That's not going to happen. But what it will do, it'll ask more questions again. I thought Solskjaer cut a very frustrated and almost hapless looking figure on the bench against Rochdale, where, let's be honest, if Wan-Bissaka doesn't clear it off the line near the end, the game's not going to penalties. So clearly, this is a tough one to call, because it's not Man City or Liverpool going there. It's Arsenal who can be up and down. It's United who can be up and down. But I just think Arsenal, who may play some youngsters as well, have got a bit better quality going forward.
Let's briefly end with your tip, Arsenal, and Unai Emery deciding that Granit Xhaka will be his captain. What do you make of that?
I'm not Xhaka's biggest fan. His passing stats are decent.
Is he a leader?
We know he's no, because I think he's too rash. He makes too many bad decisions in terms of his discipline, in terms of his decision making and his positioning in midfield. And if you look back at his Bundesliga record, there was an astonishing amount of red cards and yellow cards, and he's not really learned from that. It is what it is at Arsenal. I don't think he's captain material, but I kind of think that tells you all about what they have in there. It's not exactly Emmanuel Petit, Tony Adams,
you've got Paul Adams, Keown and Vieira.
Or Patrick Vieira, but it is what it is. Some say young Guendouzi should have been the captain because he does more. It's a difficult one. He's been named the captain, so he's going to play, but I don't even think his place in the team should be guaranteed.
There you go. But Craig has Arsenal winning at Old Trafford on Monday night.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.